I listen to a lot of music, like a lot of music. So I'm gonna go over some songs that you should add to your playlists. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel where I do absolutely nothing but yap. Today I'm going to go over some of my favorite songs from the past year and recommend some songs that you should add to your playlist. Now if you'd like to follow me on Instagram or TikTok, it'll be at Jalen Brooks with 2 S's at the end. It'll also be linked in the description below. 2023 was definitely the year of music for me. Like, I listened to the most music I've ever listened to in a year before. I found some amazing artists and some amazing songs last year, so I just wanted to go over some of them and recommend them to you guys. Before, I'll say about 2021, my music of choice was mainly like Ian Dior, Leroy, Trippie Redd, or Juice WRLD, which if you don't see the pattern, I don't know what to tell you, but I was really into, I guess, genre of emo rap / emo pop at the time. And at that time in my life, I was far from emo. I was nowhere near being considered emo, right? But the music was just like, it was so good that I couldn't not enjoy it. But now we're in 2024. And the main artists I listen to are Mitski, Roar. I still listen to a lot of the Kid Leroy, TV Girl, and Lana Del Rey. I listen to a lot of her as well. Last year, the main artist that I listened to the most, was Mitski. I found out about Mitski at the end of 2022 when I heard her song I Want You, and at the time that was a really, I played that song so much, but then come 2023 I found myself always wanting to go back to that song but not knowing more about her music. So what I did was I did a lot more digging and I started to listen to a lot of her discography, and I loving her music, every single piece of her music, when it comes to the production, when it comes to the meaning, when it comes to her vocals, when it comes to her melodies, everything that she releases, I'm amazed by it. Every single thing. You know what was crazy is my birthday, July 26th, she released the first single to her new album, The Land is Inhospitable and So Are We. Releasing on my birthday was crazy. But like I said, in 2023, I was listening to a lot of indie pop, indie rock. That became my genre of choice. Even though in 2021, I was listening to a lot of emo pop or emo hip hop music, still getting into alternative music. But besides that, I got a couple songs that I want to recommend to you guys. So let's start going over them. I'll also be putting the Spotify code in the corner here. So if you are interested in the song and you want to listen to more of the song, you can just go ahead and scan that. If you're an Apple Music user, it'll be linked in the description as well. So you can just go ahead and click that after the video's over or during the video or however you please to go about your life. Let's get this started. I'm in the background watching the Knicks versus Pacers game. The Knicks are getting cooked right now. Moving on. So this first song is Comfort of a Laughing Track by Roar.
Why is it so hard to speak to people I don't know?
You guys probably heard Christmas Kids because of TikTok or you've just found it on your own. But when I heard it, it was the same how I did with Mitski. I wanted to hear more. I wanted to hear more of Roar. So like I did with Mitski, I went to his whole discography and just shuffled everything. And there was a shit ton of songs that I added from their discography that are just now on my playlist and that I listen to all of the time.
If you could only see now, I know.
And the part of this song that really made it one of my favorites was the ending. The production at the end and all of the instruments that came together at the end, that shit was crazy. Great song. I recommend. You should add it to your playlist. And if you don't, gonna be pretty disappointed. The next one is Circus Maximus by Travis Scott and The Weeknd. Now, I wasn't gonna include rap music for this video, but I feel like I had to just because even though rap isn't majority of what I listen to now, I still listen to a lot of rap, and there are some days where rap is the only thing I consume. So I thought I should add my favorite rap song from 2023 to this video, which is Circus Maximus.
A walking attraction, a walking distraction. I'm naturally blackened, I'm naturally breathing, like a waste at a snatching. Welcome to my world where it's packed in.
So when it comes to Travis Scott, I wasn't really the biggest fan of Travis Scott. I only heard songs that maybe came on the radio or his really big popular songs. When Astroworld came out, I only listened to a couple of songs, and the main one being obviously Sicko Mode. But besides that, there wasn't much Travis Scott that I was listening to. I think I listened to that one song he made with Young Thug. I think it was called... I actually don't remember, and I could easily search it up, but I'm not going to. Besides those couple of songs or a couple songs from Astroworld, not much I really listened to of Travis Scott. But I do remember him teasing Utopia, which is the album that he released in July of last year, and fans waiting for him to release it.
Yeah, I know when it's drastic, where it's going, when I back up emotions.
The same way that when Uzi was teasing Pink Tape or Eternal Atake, we're like on the edge of their seats on social media, like begging for them to release it. I knew that when Utopia came out, I would give it a try and listen to it. And let me say, that changed my entire perspective on Travis Scott. And I listened to Utopia and how much I love Utopia. I was like, okay, if I love this album, I'm gonna love some of his other albums. And I started from his first album and started listening to that. It was one of the best things I ever thought of doing. I listened to Utopia day of release, and when it first dropped, my favorite song off the album was I Know, and it's still a great song, and I have it on my playlist as well. And when I got to Circus Maximus, I wasn't really the biggest fan of it, and maybe that's just because I wasn't giving it a chance. Then I would go back to listen to Utopia, and I started to become more interested in that song. I talked about how I like the production from the Roar song. Same thing with this one. The production, the vocals, the ad-libs, everything from this song from start to finish, I love. But I recommend it. You should add it right now. Let's move on to the next one. This next song is called Endless Sky by Alé Araya and Greek.
See, you've been worlds away, and I've been floating down, and it hurts to say.
I keep saying this about every other song, but it's true. This song had me in a chokehold.
What do you mean by that?
For a good, 2 months straight, where this was the song I consumed, only this song, no other song. Okay, I think I was being a little bit dramatic, but this was definitely a huge song that I also spam. And these are two small artists, right? I found out about Greek from his song Safety. I went to go see him live in concert. One of the best experiences I've ever had. I went with my friend Jason, and we both had an amazing time. Shit was crazy. Then with Alé Araya, I don't listen to a lot of her music the way I listen to Greek, but there is a lot of her music that I do listen to. And this was the song that really got me to listen to her music a lot more. And I'll be honest, when I listen to this song, I might be a little bit... And I remember one of those days where I was totally gone. I posted on my Instagram story. I think I said something along the lines, this is the greatest song ever. My story got liked by Alé Araya, so I thought that was pretty cool. Great song, great artist, and I recommend you check both of them out. I only have one more song that I'm going to play for this video, but I do have a playlist that I recommend. I have it linked in under my channel profile. I never linked it under video, so I'll link it under this video, so if you ever want to check out more music, it'll be under there. But this next song is Fireworks by Mitski. Artist that I've been hyping up this whole video. Now, when I was looking for a Mitski song to use in this video, because why would I not? It was between two songs, and I'll recommend this song as well because this was my most listened to song. But the reason I picked this song is because of when I found out this song, how it resonated with me at the time when I found it. But this song called Fireworks was the song that I listened to the most because when I found out this song at the time where I was at in my life, I was more so in a different state. Right now, I'm obviously in a better state, better mental state as well as physical state. But this song, she was speaking a lot about her experience with depression and speaking about her issues with mental health. And a lot of her songs tend to do that.
But in the quiet he holds runs a river that'll never find home. And then one warm summer night.
I I love this song. Out of all the songs on this playlist, this is definitely my favorite one. If I recommend any of these songs, this is the one I recommend the most. Now, I recommended a couple of songs that I think you should add to your playlist, and they probably weren't enough for you. You probably wanted more, but I wanted to do something else. My friends recommended that I should rank their playlist tier list, and I said, okay, that's a good idea, so that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. Yeah, so I had 7 of my friends send me their playlist, and I have a tier list up ready, and we'll rank each of their playlists. I'm just gonna go off the top 5 of the songs just to get a gist of what the playlist might be like. So the first person we're gonna do is my friend Jasa. And the first 4 songs on the playlist that you sent me are Dancing in the Dark by Rihanna, which is from that movie Home, Slow It Down by Benton Bone, The Grudge by Olivia Rodrigo, New Perspective by Panic at the Disco, and The Anthem by Good Charlotte. Now, if I'm being honest, a couple of these songs I've never heard of. And those songs being The Anthem and New Perspective, I've never heard. Now, I've listened to Panic at the Disco before, and I have a couple of songs on that playlist that I keep recommending to you. I have 2 songs on there from Panic at the Disco that I like to listen to, and this is one song in particular that I haven't listened to. Now, I have listened to Olivia Rodrigo's The Grudge, which I think that Olivia Rodrigo's albums are just like Netflix teen movie songs. Songs that you'll hear in like a Netflix teen movie. Or not even just a Netflix teen movie, just a Netflix teen movie. That's what I think of when I hear an Olivia Rodrigo song. Now, Benson Bone, I've never listened to him. I've been seeing his song being on the top charts. Still haven't listened to that song either. And the Dancing in the Dark song, I mean, I heard back in like 2015 when the movie came out. How this is going to go is I got the 5 songs. I'm going to go ahead and listen to each of the 5 songs, and that's going to determine how I rank it on the playlist. Okay, after listening to the 5 songs, I think my favorite one is going to be New Perspective by Panic at the Disco. And I know it was from the movie Jennifer's Body. I had no idea. Have I seen that movie? No. Am I gonna see that movie? No. But the first one that I wasn't really a fan of was the Dancing in the Dark, which I have no criticism towards. It wasn't for me. Like every time I think about that song or hear it, I think about like 2015 when I was in like 4th grade. So we're gonna put this playlist at B. Let's go to the next one. Right, now the next playlist we're gonna listen to is by my friend Layla. And her playlist is called Top Diez. Now, Layla tends to listen to a lot of Spanish music. So, a lot of the songs on this playlist are in Spanish. Her top 5 songs on this playlist are Santa by Who, and Who. I don't know those names. I've seen those names before, but I don't know them. And I'm not going to say them because I don't want to butcher them. Second one, Classy 101. I just know, I think it's Fiat and Young Minko. Count Me Out by Kendrick Lamar. Andrea by Bad Bunny. And then Luna by Peso Pluma and Junior H. This song I've heard because I listened to Peso Pluma's album when he released it. Now, did I understand anything he was saying? No. Like, understand anything he's saying? No. Would I have to look at Google Translate to find out what he's saying? Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and listen to these 5 songs and we'll put them on the tier list. So I just listened to each 5 of the songs. What I will say is, Andre, I have heard that song. Considering that there's songs that I don't really understand, and when I look at the lyrics, like on Spotify, they're in Spanish. And I only was on Duolingo for like a month, and I failed my Spanish classes both semesters in high school. I'm going to put it at B tier because that's where I think it sits. Fun fact about Layla too, she shares the same name as my mother. Moving on. Next person's playlist we're going to look at is Anaya's. Now, Anaya's music is all over the place. When it comes to music, I think Anaya's is everywhere. Like, she can listen to indie pop or indie rock one day, and then the next day she can be bumping some fucking Kid Cudi, Kanye West, Tyler the Creator. But this is an indie pop playlist, which I honestly feel like it kind of fits this video because it resonates with me. But the top 5 songs she has from her playlist are Summertime Sadness by Lana Del Rey, TV by Billie Eilish, Stargirl Interlude by The Weeknd and Lana Del Rey, We Fell in Love in October, and Art Deco by Lana Del Rey. Oh, and We Fell in Love in October is by Girl and Ray. I've heard every single one of these songs. I love every single one of these songs, so I don't need to listen to these songs in an order because I already know what they sound like. I already know how they make me feel. And I think my 2 favorite on this playlist has to be TV by Billie Eilish and then Stargirl Interlude by Lana Del Rey and The Weeknd. We Fell in Love in October. Love Girl in Red. I found that song back when I was in high school. I mean, I haven't heard it since, but I do know that it's a great song. And in that playlist that I keep talking about, 5 or 6 of the top 6 songs on there are from Girl in Red. But for this playlist, I am going to put this playlist at A tier. When it comes to music and when it comes to the songs that she listens to, I think she has a lot of the great bumps. But let's move on to the next one. So the next person's playlist we're going to review is Sam. I said earlier that one of my friends recommended me to do this portion of the video, and he was the person that recommended this portion of the video. So now we're onto his playlist. And what he sent me his on repeat playlist because the playlist that he listens to mostly, like the first 10 songs or like the first 5 songs are just like repeat songs from like the same album. So I had him send me something else. Top 5 songs from that playlist are I'm Still in Love with You by Al Green, Conrad Tokyo by A Tribe Called Quest, Kendrick Lamar, and Jack White, Nostalgia by Pusha T and Kendrick Lamar, Like That by Future, Metro Boomin, and also Kendrick Lamar, and then Cool Cat. Now, I've only heard Like That. I haven't heard any of the other songs, so I'm gonna go ahead and listen to those 5 songs and see how they rank on this playlist. So, I lied. I have heard I'm Still in Love with You by Al Green. I mean, it was years ago when I heard it. But I'll say that Sam has, like I said with Anaya, she has, her music taste is all over the place. I could say the same with Sam, but he has one of the most unique music tastes when it comes to music. My favorite song from this playlist will have to be Cool Cat by Queen. First time I've heard this song, and I will be honest, I will be adding that to my playlist. But I'm also going to put this one in A tier, and that's it. Let's move on to the next one. So the next playlist we're going to look at is my friend Alex's, who, odd enough, his first name is my middle name. So if you ever call me Alex, you will be executed. But his top 5 songs would be Follow God by Kanye West, Renee by Sales, Bottom by Gunna, Fuck You Mean by Gunna as well, and Rodeo Drive by Gunna as well. Alex, he listens to a lot of hip hop. His main genre of choice is hip hop, but I have noticing that he's been trying to get into other genres as well and listen to other music besides just rap. And so I think Renee Sales, even though that's was a big TikTok song back in like 2020, I think that's like a good representation of how his music taste is semi-changing. But my 2 favorite songs would be Fuck You Mean and Rodeo Drive by Gunna. Like if you listen to those 2 songs, you have to listen to them in order. And then Renee by Sales, everybody loved that song. Haven't heard it since 2020, but also all of these songs I have heard before, so I'm not going to listen to them again to get a gist of what they sound like. But his playlist is going to go on B tier as well. And yeah, so let's move on to the last 2, which the next place we're going to do is Joe. So the same with Sam, where he didn't have a playlist that he really felt like would work for this video. He sent me his daily mix, and top 5 songs from his daily mix are Time Flies by Drake, It's a Failure by Ski Master Slump God, 16 by Baby Keem by Travis Scott and Playboi Carti, and then Earthquake by Tyler the Creator, and Playboi Carti is also on that song as well. I think he has one of the best daily mixes. Now, I've listened to all these songs as well. 16 by Baby Keem being my favorite off of this. I was literally playing that album before I filmed this video, so. And then Fiend, like, ooh, that song is crazy, but I'm low-key scared that if I ever go to like a Travis Scott concert and he plays this song, that I'm gonna get hurt. There was something like an article that came out that he played this song 10 times in a row. I forget what show it was. I'd be scared for my life if I was in that pit, bruh. Earthquake, everybody loves that song. It's okay. There's better Tyler the Creator songs out there. If I'm gonna put this song on a tier list, I'm gonna put it at A tier. So welcome to A tier, Joe. And the final playlist we're gonna look at is going to be my homie Titans. His music is also very similar to what I listen to. We both tend to relate on listening to like Clairo. Clairo is also top 10 artist of mine. Love her music as well. On his playlist, his top 5 songs are The Adults Are Talking by The Strokes, Almadea, I don't really know how to say that, by Elliott Smith, All the Things Between Us Part 2 by Extremely Bad Man, All Right Baby by Hunter, and Amoeba by Clairo. Now I'm going to listen to these 5 songs. I have heard one of these songs, which is being Amoeba by Clairo. I've always heard a lot of people of listening to The Strokes, and I've never listened to The Strokes before. I've always wanted to, but I've never taken the time out of my day to. So I'm going to listen to these 5 songs, and I shall be back. All right, after listening to those 5 songs, I can definitely say that my favorite playlist out of all the playlists I've listened to, this music resonates with me a lot because it's a lot of the music that I also listen to. I'm glad that I did this portion of the video and that Sam recommended me this portion of the video, because now I have some other songs that I can go now and listen to in my free time and add to my own playlist. My favorite song being The Adults Are Talking by The Strokes. So now on my to-do list is to shuffle play the discography of The Strokes. And so this is going to be the first song that gets the S tier treatment. So congratulations to you, Mr. I'm also going to put my playlist in S tier because I think my playlist is the best playlist ever. Anyways, now that we rank my friend's playlist, this video is going to be over now. I hope you enjoyed me ranking my friend's playlist as well as me recommending a few songs that you should add to your playlist. But if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like. If you didn't enjoy this video, go ahead and leave a like. You could also subscribe. I would really like it if you subscribe. That'll really help me. I would really love it if you subscribe to me. Go ahead and also, I've never asked for this or thought about asking for this. Go ahead and leave a comment of your favorite song that you listen to, or drop like your Spotify user tag in there, and I'll go check out your guys' playlist if you guys have anything you want me to listen to. But all my socials will be also linked in the description. But this video is over, so adios.